Dear friends, in this session we are going to learn direct and indirect objects. Consider the following sentences. Here we have three sentences. First one, my father bought a new car. Second one, Thomas liked the film. Third one, the teacher helped the students. Let me underline the verbs from these sentences. In the first sentence, I underline the word bought because bought is the verb. In the second sentence, let me underline the verb liked. In the third sentence, let me underline the verb helped. Then we ask questions what or whom to these verbs. In the first sentence, bought is the verb. We pick up the verb bought, then we ask question what. Bought what is, here we have an answer, a new car. Then second verb, that is liked. We ask the first question what. Liked what? We get the answer, the film. Then the third verb is helped. Let's ask the first question, helped what? There is no answer. Let me ask the second question, helped whom? Here we have the answer, the students. What do we call them? We call them objects. Are you able to define what an object is? An object is a part of the predicate of the sentence. It receives the action of the subject. It is something or somebody that the action is acted upon directly or indirectly. Kinds of objects. There are two types of objects. They are, number one, the direct object, and the second one, the indirect object. Let's learn about the direct object in detail. Consider the following sentences. Number one, Jayesh teaches English. Number two, the player scored a goal. Number three, Pradeep wrote a letter. Number four, Vidya cooked the food. Number five, Sneha threw the ball. Let me underline the subjects of these sentences first. Jayesh. Jayesh is the doer of the action. The name Jayesh is said to be the subject of the sentence. In the second sentence, who is the doer of the action? The player is the doer of the action. So the player is the subject. In the third sentence, who is the doer of the action? Pradeep is the doer of the action. So Pradeep is the subject of the third sentence. Fourth sentence, who does the action? Yes, Vidya does the action. Vidya is said to be the subject of the fourth sentence. In the fifth sentence, Sneha is the doer of the action. Sneha is the subject of the sentence. Who receives the actions of the subjects? Is, in the first sentence, English receives the action of Jayesh. The second sentence, a goal receives the action of the player. In the third sentence, a letter receives the action of Pradeep. In the fourth sentence, the food receives the action of Vidya. In the last sentence, the ball receives the action of the subject Sneha. In the previous examples, we could see that the objects receive the actions of the subjects directly. Such objects are called direct objects. Then we have the definition of a direct object. A direct object is someone or something that receives the actions directly. How can we find out the direct object in a sentence? We can ask questions what or whom to the verb. First, you ask the question what to the verb. And the verb gives you an answer. If you do not get an answer from the verb, you ask the second question whom to the verb, you may get the direct object. Let's have a few examples. Example number 1. John is writing a script for a movie. Here, John is the subject, is writing the verb. Then we have to ask the first question. What's the first question? What? So, is writing what? The sentence gives us an answer, a script for a movie. So here a script for a movie is said to be the direct object of the sentence. Example number 2. You should never beat a woman. Here you is the subject and beat is the verb. In order to find out the direct object of the sentence, we have to ask the questions. What's the first question? What? Should never beat what? There is no answer. So we have to ask the second question. What's the second question? Whom? Should never beat whom? Yes, the sentence gives us an answer. The answer is a woman. So a woman is said to be the direct object of the sentence. Both a script for a movie and a woman are the examples of the direct objects. Shall we move to the next category? That is indirect object. Here we have 5 sentences. First one, I gave him an empty basket. Number 2, he bought me an umbrella. Third one, she sent me a gift. Fourth one, they gave him a monkey toy. Fifth one, he gifted me a book. Let me underline the verbs from these sentences. In the first sentence, gave. Second sentence, bought. Third sentence, sent. Fourth sentence, gave. Fifth sentence, gifted. Then we ask questions to whom or for whom to these verbs. Gave to whom? Him. In the second sentence, bought to whom? Answer, me. In the third sentence, she sent for whom? Answer, me. Fourth sentence, they gave him. To whom? Him. Fifth sentence, he gifted. To whom? Me. These are called indirect objects. Let's define what an indirect object is. An indirect object is a noun or a pronoun that receives the direct object in a sentence. Then how can we find out the indirect object in a sentence? In order to get the indirect object in a sentence, we can ask 2 questions, to whom and for whom to the verb. Well, let me wind up this session here. Bye bye.